Hey, if y'all want to see this big old blue thing behind me fire up, stick around. But in the meantime, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Good morning, Dane from Gulch Hay Farms here, and we are in Hallettsville, Texas. Dad's family farm. Say hi, Dad.
Hey.
Say hi.
Hi.
We took a little family trip to get away, and we're just doing a few little chores, and Dad and I decided to get the old TW-10 fired up. This tractor's been sitting for about 2 years, and really had a brake issue, and we're still working on it, but we decided it's time to bring it back to life. A lot of things need to happen before it gets fired up, but right now we're charging the battery. Hopefully it takes a charge. If not, we're gonna have to go buy another one. A little bit about this tractor. It's an 82 TW-10, Ford TW-10, about 110 horsepower on the PTO. Dad bought this tractor when I was about 5 or 6. Was I older than that? Probably 20 years ago.
20 years, 15, 20 years ago.
We use it all the time. Used to use it all the time. Been sitting a while though, so we'll see if we can't get it cranked up. So when Dad bought it new to him 20 years ago, it had a fresh end frame in it, and we've probably put only about 2,000 hours in 20 years on it. So it's always been a good running tractor. We had a fuel issue, some busted old hoses and stuff like that, and then the brake issue, and it was just kind of got neglected. So we're gonna try to bring it back to life today. I don't even know if it'll start. We don't know if this battery will change your heart. We don't know. We're gonna give it a whirl. You got to do a few things. See, it's collected a lot of stuff here. This is actually a brand new filter. That's how long it's been sitting since we touched it. pretty not so good. So water separator, filter, and then we'll clean it out. We're probably gonna suck some stuff out of the tank. I do have some stuff that kills that fungi or whatever it is that grows in tanks, and then I got some stuff that I was supposed to suspend it in the tank so it'll run it through the system, yada yada yada. We'll see if it works. But in the meantime, we're gonna let this charge. It's charging, hopefully, and then we'll see if it starts up. All right, Dad's gonna start changing all the filters out, or cleaning them out, see what kind of junk you can get out of them. Then it's just a waiting game to see if this battery will actually take a charge. If not, we're gonna go get a new one. Well, filters look good. We'll probably try to get it started on the filter and then try to get it running decently and then swap them out. I'm not ever sure we figured out if there was air in the line that one time, or we might have to replace a line.
I think it's got a bad line.
I think it's got a bad rubber line we'll have to replace. We replaced one, no?
Short one.
Maybe this thing will kick off. You never know. Maybe. These are good motors. They're pretty reliable. It's the same motor that Ford used in their F700s and F800s for a long time in the 80s and 90s. Do they still use it? No. Probably not emission compliant. But the only thing that sucks about these motors is they're not lined. They don't have lined cylinder walls, so overhauls are a little iffy and really kind of hard to do. It always runs good. That's all we know. So. Alrighty, so we got all the filters changed, or I say changed, cleaned out, checked them, checked the seals, fuel separator's good. We could pour diesel into the water separator, but it's actually easier to get the new battery and bleed the lines that way. It doesn't take too long actually. before it'll fire off. What's the oil look like? It's not. It's pretty high. Yeah. So O'Reilly's here in town has a battery for us. So we're gonna go ahead and yank that one out, and so we can get a core exchange and come back and we'll try to fire this puppy up. Shade tree mechanicing. See? There's a tree. And we're mechanicking. 97, yeah. Three places.
We're gonna.
We have to get the core. Good thing we have a large man to help us carry the battery.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a will it start double feature. We have this old Farmall M here sitting under the shop. New spider. And I think the only thing that's wrong is the battery, right, Dad?
I think so.
So, just a battery box there. These are old 6-volt systems. Was these 6-volt and then converted to 12-volt?
What? Yeah, converted to 12. All right, there you go.
So Dad just looked at this serial number. It's a 51 model. And they stopped making them in
52.
52.
52 is the last production year. Until they moved it to the...
And my grandpa bought it in when 60-ish,
About 1960.
and he bought it with a cotton picker on it. So this cotton picker sat all around this tractor, and the tractor drove backwards. So I think you had to go in and flip all the gears
You
around
had to flip everything, flip the axles, flip everything around. Yep.
so that you can have 5 speeds forward or reverse, and the 1 speed in
Yep.
forward.
Yeah,
reverse.
all your linkages were reversed. Everything was reversed.
So pretty cool. I wonder if we can find a picture of it.
I don't have a picture of that one, but I have found one that was restored. It was exactly the same one as the one
Yeah.
row.
And then this tractor came with a tricycle front end, and Dad just said there's a 504 in the back,
Yeah.
and they took the wide front end off of it, so that's why you don't see many M's with the wide front end. Made it back from the battery store, aka O'Reilly's and Tractor Supply. See if we can get this thing to fire up. Fired up! Oh, I got you. Shit, it wasn't on there. No, I took it out. Crescent wrench is the only way to go around here. So my dad's putting the battery back in. Another fun fact about this Farmall M, it's got a 3-point. Not factory installed. Did y'all have it on here?
We put it on it.
Well, yeah, so I guess somebody, one of the Gulches fabricated
No, we bought it from an old boy up in East Bernard one day.
the 3-point.
Yeah.
So is it just all because it clamps onto the axle here?
Yeah.
So yeah, see how this is all connected right here. 3-point, just a pipe with a grease fitting, and one big cylinder right there. And that's it. So it's got hydraulics, and we put a four spool on it. And it's actually a pretty handy tractor to have around for sure.
Even in my truck.
Well, ethanol pulls moisture.
Yeah.
Fuel's in it, battery's in it. See what happens. I don't think we'll get that lucky. Before we get too carried away on Trying to crank this thing. Dad's checking the distributor and the points. Make sure they're good and clean so we get good spark. Fire! Fires right up. Hot dog. All right, on to the next one. It's pretty cool to see that Farmall M run. I guess that's been the workhorse since they bought it, huh?
Yeah.
So I guess the workhorse from like 1960 until really we bought this one, and then Grandpa really preferred the M still, even though we had this one. Macho, macho, macho man. I want to be a macho man. Alrighty, everything's ready to get her fired up. We got the jumper box just in case we drain the battery. I don't think we will. We're gonna start priming the fuel pumps. We got these bleed screws loose. And Dad's gonna jump up there and start cranking away. See if this old bird fires up. Oh God, it didn't even have fuel in the fuel filters and it started. All right,
let's get the fuel flow.
All right. Well, we tried. It fired off, but we can't get these to fill up with the starter, so we're gonna go ahead and fill them with some fuel. Filters are full, or as full as we could get them. It's kind of a heck of a deal trying to figure out, because all these parts and pieces break apart. So make sure we're not getting any more leaks. Looks like it's sealing up pretty good. See if it'll fire off. Advance it. There you go. All right, try. Well, what do you think? Hey, don't fall out of the tractor.
Yeah, try it this time to me.
We got it on video, but I don't know if we'll post it, but he had a little oopsie. Anyway, I think he's all right. Big tree fall hard.
Yeah. Getting old.
Anyway, so hey, she fired up. She did. What do you know? But bad news is we sprung a hydraulic leak. Luckily, it's a low pressure line. It looks like it's a oil line that comes from the back of the transmission up into an oil cooler up here. I guess this is a split cooler, right? Yeah. So it's actually this hose right here that's leaking underneath here. So it's this one right here, Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it feeds through this grommet, and then the other hose clamps right here. So it's this.
Oh.
Couldn't have made it any easier. So you see this hose clamp right here?
Yeah. Okay.
So we're just gonna have to go to the store, and luckily it's low pressure line, so we don't have to get any ends made or anything, and the hose is probably inexpensive. So we dropped a lot of fluid on the ground though. It must have a huge crack in it. We're gonna go ahead and start yanking that line off, and we'll go to the store run and get a new line, and then hopefully we'll get this thing driving around. All right, so Mom and Dad made it back with lunch. They fed us, it was yummy. And Dad managed to snag a hose. And so we're gonna try to get that in. It's gonna be a little tricky, so it goes through that grommet, down, feeds through here. There's a hole in this block here. Sorry, I'm pointing with the finger in the cup. But it feeds through here, and then I don't know if I can get in there, but the hose clamp is right in here. It hooks up to a hard line right here. So it's gonna be a little tricky. We got the hose fixed. It should fire right up because we had it running decently. Probably still got to work a little bit of air out of the system. I went ahead and made a mess and topped off the hydraulic oil. Hopefully just enough to what we lost. Alrighty, here we go. You ready, Grayson? In 3, 2, 1. Oh! Hot dog! Moment of truth, let's see if it rolls. Uh-oh. Ay, ay, ay. No? Well, it's rolling. It doesn't have any brakes though. Ugh. Luckily, we gotta park it uphill, and I'm using this here block as a bump stop, if you will. Well, it runs. It even moved. We parked it to where it's a little more protected.
Work on it.
And we can work on it. We're up in the air about keeping this tractor and or maybe even potentially running it in our fleet. I'm leaning towards the latter, just because it's a cool little tractor. It'd be nice to run one without a loader. I don't know. To look good, we might shoot some paint on it once we get it, if we decide to keep it, which we probably will. I mean, these Fords unfortunately do not bring that much money. Or, you know, compared to, you know, a John Deere and its comparable size, which would be like a 40, probably 40, probably, right? Or a 40, 50,
4240.
4240 maybe. That's all we have today, folks. Anybody got anything to say, Grayson?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate it. Have a good one.